Can you believe it's the end of the month already? With most of us back at work, school or university, I thought it's the perfect time to go through some of my favourite cozy games that are perfect for unwinding after a long day. Now, I've deliberately left off farming simulators from this list, as most cozy game lists on the internet all cover Stardew Valley, so I feel like there's no need to include it here. With that said, let's begin. First on this list is Chicory, A Colourful Tale. Chicory is an adventure game all about repainting the now black and white world. You will be helping the residents, meeting their requests for certain colours. Honestly, by the end of the game, the map will look like a kid's colouring book. I loved the flexibility in how you paint the world. You can be as precise or as messy as you like. Who doesn't just like to dawdle and paint colour all over the world? Next on my list is Hua, which is a brief but cozy platformer game that is well worth spending an evening immersed in. The orchestral score and hand-painted backdrops have the power to whisk imaginations away like nothing else. The visuals also remind me of Studio Ghibli films with that whimsical feeling. Do you like photography and dogs? Then Pupperazzi is for you. It's a cute and cozy game to jump into when you want to escape and play with some puppies for a while, albeit virtual ones. It's both relaxing and playful and a perfect way to unwind. I guess now we're all just waiting for Pupperazzi? Cats and Pupperazzi. Yeah, Pupperazzi. Animal Crossing, Happy Home Designer, certainly is a game that doesn't get as much love as it deserves. It is a DLC for the base Animal Crossing game. However, it plays very much as a standalone game. On the archipelago, you will take requests to build the village's perfect vacation homes. What makes it relaxing is that all the furniture you could possibly need to meet the design brief is given to you, and it's up to your imagination to create their perfect slice of paradise. I love the freedom and flexibility of creating these vacation homes for all the different villages, and just letting their personalities show in the design choices that they request. Living in Australia, I have spent plenty of time in the ocean. So when I stumbled across a game called Koral, I had to give it a go. Koral is a game that you will spend immersed in the ocean. As you dive underwater into 15 different sea environments, you will solve puzzles to bring coral reefs back to life. At its core, it is a love letter to the ocean. And it is really relaxing just swimming through and seeing all these diverse parts of the sea. The Wild at Heart is a Pikmin-inspired indie game that really has a heart of its own. Its cozy art style and relaxing ambient soundtrack really helps with that unwinding after a long day. During the game, you gather resources, craft items, and battle foes with your adorable spriteling companions, which are these little magical creatures that you can command. It plays very much like Pikmin, but I definitely feel it has a more whimsical vibe to the whole game. Now, some of you might like to relax and read a book to unwind after a day, and Wytchwood is like stepping into a pop-up fairy tale. Once you open this storybook, you'll realise that it is inspired by Gothic fables and fairy tales. During Wytchwood, you'll mostly be collecting and crafting, and it weaves multiple stories into its narrative. It is full of mystery and magic, and as somebody who loves fairy tales and fantasy, I love jumping into the world of Wytchwood. As somebody who's moved around a little bit, I know how tiring and how unfun packing and unpacking can be whilst moving. And yet, a little game turned unpacking into something special. That game, of course, is Unpacking. Unpacking is a short but relaxing game that will subtly take you on a journey through someone's life. What they keep and what they throw away from move to move leaves clues as to how that person has changed or stayed the same whilst going through their life. It feels deeply personal because essentially it feels like you're rummaging through someone's personal belongings. Next up, I have The Last Campfire. The Last Campfire was developed by Hello Games and is a puzzle adventure type game. It tells the story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. During the game, you'll discover a beautiful wilderness filled with lost folk, strange creatures, and mysterious ruins. It tells its narrative in a really emotional way, and the light puzzle elements aren't too much of a struggle, so it is quite relaxing to go through this game. What awaits you in the next game on my list is a wonderfully unique journey, and that next game is Miniature Island. You play as a mechanic and are tasked with repairing the world, which is on the brink of destruction. It has an emotional but beautiful story about the power to save what you hold dear and the responsibility that comes with it. The gameplay is a puzzle platformer blended into a narrative focus. Miniature Islands completely nails it in the cozy aesthetics department. The hand-drawn art style felt unique and invoked a feeling of eeriness throughout the game. Okay, confession time. This next game on my list was actually my most played PlayStation game in 2021, and that was the crazy hospital management sim, 2 Point Hospital. It has vibrant characters with crazy ailments including lightheadedness, where you need to change the light bulb head of the patient, to grey anatomy, where you need to inject some colour into the patients. Now, what makes it cozy and relaxing is that you can pause time and build as you want and change things as you need, but you can also just sit back and watch your hospital run itself as you play. I found it delightful to play and unwind after work, and if you haven't checked it out already, I highly recommend it. I have reviewed some of the games that I mentioned today, so I'll leave links in the description if you want to see a full review. Otherwise, I really would love if you put in the comments what game you play to unwind and relax at the end of the day. And with that, I hope you all find some time to relax and play video games. Until next time, bye bye.